All right, today we're diving deep into something that's absolutely crucial for anyone making high-stakes decisions, especially traders. And no, we're not talking about charts or algorithms. We're talking about that voice inside your head, your inner monologue, and how getting a handle on it is pretty much the whole game when it comes to navigating the chaos of the market.
Just let that one sink in for a second. This is such a powerful idea. It's saying that the biggest risk isn't your strategy, it's not a market crash. It's the mental noise that we create. The real battle isn't on the screen, it's right between your ears. So what does it actually mean to be loud inside? Let's dig into that.
And that really brings us to the core premise here, this idea of an inner battlefield. See, the real fight for a trader isn't against the market. It's not against other traders. It's a fight against your own internal state.
So being loud inside, think of it like pure mental static. You've got fear whispering, what if you lose it all? You've got greed screaming, you're going to miss out. And then you have your ego chiming in, insisting, you can't be wrong. All of that emotional noise just completely drowns out your ability to think clearly and actually stick to the plan you worked so hard to create.
So what's the big deal? What are the real-world consequences of all this internal racket? Well, this is what the source calls the agitation. And it's a direct threat, not just to your performance, but to your actual capital.
This line just nails it, doesn't it? A candlestick on a chart is just data. It's objective information about price. But when your mind is agitated, a red candle stops being data and starts feeling like a personal attack. A green one isn't just a price going up, it feels like it's taunting you, stoking that fear of missing out. The information hasn't changed at all, but your perception of it has become completely hostile.
And you can see how this creates a really dangerous feedback loop, right? It starts when the noise turns that neutral data into a personal threat. What happens next? That feeling fuels impulsive, fear-based decisions. Panic selling, chasing a pump. And when you keep doing that, overriding your own plan, you start to lose faith in your strategy altogether. And just like that, you're trapped in this vicious cycle of anxiety and reaction. You're not trading your plan anymore. You're just reacting to your own fear.
So if all that noise is the problem, the solution has to be the exact opposite. And this brings us to a really fascinating redefinition of what a trader's edge even is. It's not about a new strategy, it's something called the edge of silence.
What's so amazing here is how it completely flips the script. We usually think of a trading edge as something external, a better indicator, faster data, some kind of secret formula. But this argues that a good strategy is not enough. The real advantage is internal. It's having the mental fortitude to stay calm and disciplined when the market is doing everything it can to make you emotional.
And let's be really clear, this silence is an active edge. This isn't about having an empty mind or zoning out. It's about having a clear mind. It's the mental space that actually allows your strategy to work, shielding it from being sabotaged by your own emotions. That clarity, that's what gives you the power to execute with precision. Okay, so how do you actually find this silence? Well, it's not about just passively waiting for it to show up. It's framed here as an active arsenal, something you build, equipped with what are called the weapons of stillness. Let's break down this toolkit, because these aren't just fuzzy personality traits. They are active, tactical tools that you can deploy to protect your mental state and, ultimately, to protect your money. These are the building blocks of a truly disciplined mind. You can really see the progression here, can't you? Patience is your first line of defense. It's your weapon against impulse. It's what lets you wait for the right setup, not just any setup. Then you level up to restraint, which is an active skill. It's the practiced ability to not act, to save your ammo. And finally, stillness. That's the superpower that grows from the other two. It's that ultimate state of focus where you can act decisively, without hesitation or doubt.
So let's pull all of this together now. The inner battlefield, the edge of silence, and these weapons of stillness. When you combine them, you start to see a clear picture of the long-term path for a trader who doesn't just get lucky, but who actually lasts.
And it all comes down to this really critical balance between two things: cunning and courage. If you've got cunning but no courage, you get analysis paralysis. You see the perfect plan, but you're too afraid to ever pull the trigger. On the flip side, if you've got all the courage in the world but no cunning, no plan, well, that just leads to ruin. You act, but you act recklessly. One without the other is a recipe for failure.
So, the solution is simple to say, but hard to do. You have to walk with both. This is the whole synthesis. It's about integrating that sharp, analytical mind with the emotional strength to actually act on your analysis. It's the fusion of a clear plan with a quiet mind. That is the trader's path.
And that leaves us with one last really powerful question to think about. Once you finally manage to filter out all that internal noise, your own fear, your own greed, your own ego, what is the market actually telling you? The answer to that question, well, that's the real price. It's a lifelong journey of mastering not just